You are listening to the Live and Level Gamers podcast in association with FullEffectGaming.com. See, we don't play those games. We just play those games. With Level Head Gamer. John Shaw, K-Bomb 20, D2K, Jedi Knight. The Live and Level Gamers podcast, where gamers come to talk.
What's up, people? It's your boy Levelhead back with another Live and Level Gamers podcast. Yes, we're back. So that was the intro. I hope y'all enjoyed that. We got another one we're working on. Might introduce it Sunday, possibly, if the guys approve. So let us know what you think about that intro. But right now we got a cast ready to go. Yeah, we got the cast ready to go. Starting with my boy. D2K, go ahead and introduce yourself, man. D2K.
I'm getting some feedback, but I'll introduce myself. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Go ahead. Okay.
What's on, everybody? It's your boy Josh Shaw. Let's get it started.
Okay. I don't know. You said you're getting feedback, D2K?
Okay, it's cleared up now. What happened was my browser had crashed, and then it reopened, and it opened the podcast up like 3-4 times. So,
Oh.
yeah.
What'd you... Anyway.
Thank you, Tex.
So my leg is feeling good, so I ain't got to worry about that no more. Y'all can't be clowning me this time. So,
Where that sound effect thing at?
Lying.
I ain't lying. My leg ain't hurt right now, man.
Yeah, it is.
I'm feeling good, dude.
It was just today, huh?
No, it's feeling good, man. Why you being funny, Shaw? But anyway, man, let's go ahead and kick it off like we normally do. Well, let's talk about this real quick, man, before we get into what we're doing.
Thanks, sweet.
What y'all heard about what happened? And we lost a big icon. Prince passed away. So I guess starting with John Shaw, man. Share some thoughts, man. How you feeling about that?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm so gone.
Fan, was you?
No.
You wasn't a fan?
Mm-mm.
Oh my lord.
You're a little bit too flamboyant for me.
Oh man.
Hey, just say what it is.
This dude right here. I don't know. I don't even know if I can let you get away with that, man. Was you a fan of Michael Jackson?
Yeah, I was a fan of Michael Jackson.
I just can't. I can't accept that answer, man. But go ahead, D2K.
Yeah, it's been kind of jacked up, and they say it usually comes in threes. I mean, it started off with China.
Yeah, I just saw that today.
Yeah, she died on day before yesterday, and then Prince died today. I mean, yesterday, and then my mother told me that I didn't never watch the show, but Everybody Loves Raymond. The mom, the older lady, she passed away today.
Yeah.
So it says number
I
3.
mean, that's more of a shock. A shock, but what I'm saying, I was more of a fan of her than I was of Prince.
Wow.
I'm just saying. I mean, the only thing I watched is that little movie, Purple Rain. Other than that, I didn't.
You heard me right now, Shaw.
I mean, well, it is what it is, man.
I'm gonna give him his due. I mean, Prince was the dude. I mean, this guy could play 27 different instruments. He was a musical genius. He was. I mean, it was amazing what he could do as far as composing music and writing music and performing music. I don't think there's too many people out there that got a slow jam tape that didn't have at least 2-3 Prince songs on it. Anybody that grew up in the 80s, some people that even grew up in the 70s, because Prince was reaches back all the way back into there. I mean, he's one of those icons that, like Mike, like Whitney Houston, like Luther Vandross, people who were just transcendent in music. They were just, above, the cut. And, it's sad that he's gone. And based on what I heard, it sounds like that he knew that he was gone. Because apparently at the last concert that he did, he had his doctor with him, and he introduced the doctor to all of his fans, and he told the people, said, "Don't pray for me tonight, pray for me a couple of days from now." So
what did he die of?
We don't know yet.
I thought somebody killed him.
Mm-mm.
What you talking about, Sean?
I'm gonna keep it real with you right now. When I was growing up, I was in Fuck the Police. I was in that death row shit. I wasn't into this.
Turn it up a little.
That show? Oh, come on, Prince. Oh, hit it. All right, I'll leave it all alone. Come on.
John's not feeling any part of that at all.
Yeah, no, I wasn't into that.
I was into that, man. All right. So, yeah, man, when I heard about that kind of messed me up. I just didn't believe it, but we lost another one, a great icon in music.
It didn't hurt me like it hurt when Michael did. When Michael, I'm gonna be honest. When Michael died, I was working that day, and I pulled my van over and cried. That's when Michael died. I'm like, man, I can't.
Michael was that dude, man.
Yeah, I won't say it was like Mike's. I won't, because I'm still introducing myself to the portfolio of Prince. I won't say I've listened to everything Prince made, but I did respect him as an artist and a musician, because I'm a musician, and I respect his gift. Like you said, like I just heard, that was one of the conversations I was having. What caused me to be so late talking with my family was the fact that when Prince got signed, the people that listened to his demo thought it was a band, didn't know that it was him playing all the instruments in the demo, and that blew them away. He can play every instrument you put in front of him, and like you said, 20. What you said, 20? How many?
27.
27 different instruments. So that's beyond, the guitars, the bass guitars, the drums, and the keys. He had to be able to play other instruments, even beyond that. So. But yeah, man, we ain't here to talk about Prince, but hey, this is Live and Level Gamers podcast where we keep it real, man. So I just wanted to show a little respect. But no, it didn't hit as hard as Michael's, but for a whole different reason, though. But anyway, so John talking about he was on the NWA. He didn't listen to him, man. But anyway, let's get into this podcast, man. You know how we start off, what you've been gaming on. So I started with Shaw the last time. So D2K, what you been gaming on, man?
Well, I've been checking out that Gears of War 4 beta. I'll be honest. Now on the last show, I talked about how I had my reservations about that game, and I think it's going to be all that great. And after playing the beta, I feel a little bit better about it. It's a beta, so I'm not really overly critical about anything because it's stuff that they can fix. But as far as play mechanics, the play mechanics are the same, which is good. The AI is a whole lot smarter, which is good. It's bad in the way that I have to kind of change the way that I play the game now, because I have to adapt to what the AI is doing, because the AI doesn't play. It does not play at all. There were certain things that you could be able to take advantage of because of AI lag in the previous installments of Gears, and in this game that's gone. Like if you get up to a locust with your chainsaw, they like, the hell with your chainsaw, I'm getting this shotgun, bam, you gone. You know, they don't, and they scoop up your bullets and everything that you got. Or if they see you chainsaw somebody, a whole bunch of them will run over there and chainsaw you right afterwards. They move faster. I mean, I like what they did with the AI a lot. Graphically, it doesn't look any different than Gears of War 3. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It's smoother. Obviously, it's running at, I'm not going to say it's running at 60 frames per second because there are some dips in there, but it's pretty close. But you know, it's something that I definitely will pick up because I love Gears, but it's not what I was expecting a next generation Gears of War to be.
Okay. Shaw?
I played the Doom beta, and that's, I mean, other than that, same thing I've been playing last time. Nothing new came out. I got the I haven't put that in yet.
What's that?
The Far Cry Primal. I'm supposed to play that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm gonna play that. I think I'm gonna play that, and I'm gonna hold off on that Quantum Break since I own Quantum Break, so I can play that whenever. I'm gonna play that Far Cry and see if I like it, and then if I like it, I'll beat it. If not, then I'll send it back.
Okay.
But other than that, I put that Star Fox in my queue just to try it out. You know what I'm saying? I said I'll try it out, but it's not impressing me right now. But I'm waiting on that Ratchet. Hopefully they send me that Ratchet and Clank. But other than that, that's it right now, ain't it? Doom comes out. I got some of those free games to try it out on the Xbox. That what was that? The one you was telling me about.
Who, me?
Yeah.
The beta?
No, the game that's free on Xbox now, but you bought it. The one you got.
What, Sunset Overdrive?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I played that too. I forgot to mention that. I played that as well.
I didn't know what you were talking about. I was like, huh?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to start playing it. I was trying to mess with some stuff on the computer. I got put some more memory in my computer. And then I put this other capture card back in my computer so I can start capturing the mobile games again. And I'm gonna start capturing my like the old console games. I'm about to start digging some of those out the basement and start capturing some games off of those.
Okay.
And so like that, but so that's why I was trying to get my computer ready, trying to take parts off the other computer, put it on this computer. Trying to get that ready. And then I'm putting the other computer in my son's room to try to get him started learning how to do some stuff. But other than that, yeah, I ain't been pretty much playing the same thing I was playing last week. Haven't stuck anything new yet.
No, as far as me, man, I'm with D2K. I've been playing that beta with Gears of War 4. I played it. What was that? I want to say Wednesday night. I played it. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't that it was bad. I just wasn't good at it. Put it like that. So I can't.
Is it only people that pre-order, or can anybody get a code?
If you played the Gears of War Ultimate Edition at a certain time, then you get early access to it.
If you bought the Gears of War Ultimate Edition early on, you got free access into the beta. So when I hadn't turned my PlayStation on in a minute. So when I turned it on and I was going through it, it alerted me that I had a free beta test if I wanted to try it out.
The PlayStation alerted you to this?
No, my Xbox One. Did I say PlayStation? I said PlayStation.
You said PlayStation.
I was being dumb.
Off with his head.
Anyway, so no, it was the Xbox One. I hadn't turned it on in a while, so when I turned it on, I was looking at my, it alerted you when I was going through the menus, and it also gave me a free 14-day online pass. I got 2 of those, so I hit that up and got online and played it. And like I said, I'm not good at it. I gotta be real. I'm not good. I was getting demolished. I got a video that's gonna be coming up. I gotta do the audio again because I was trying to get that up before this podcast, but that didn't happen. So I'm gonna redo the audio, but I should have it up either before Sunday's podcast, and y'all get to see how I was kind of holding my own, but getting demolished at the same time. But
well, you don't feel too bad because it is on hardcore, so
okay.
So it is harder than it normally would be.
Okay. Man, I just know I was like, man, this is crazy. I'm getting killed, shot. I can't even get around a corner, man. I was dead. So I just wasn't no good at it.
You feel like you're in a real firefight, and I like that. I feel like it's not like I don't feel like I'm Superman, running around. I feel like, man, I got to plan my strategy. I literally have to plan every single move that I make, or I'm going to die.
Yeah.
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah, it ain't forgiving. I'll tell you that much. I mean, when you get shot, you shot. It ain't no run away and if you getting hit, you pretty much done. So
yeah, and when you get down, they say, "Oh, you down? Shoot him." Because before when you were down, it would take them like about maybe 30 seconds to finally come over and finish you off. Now, if they shoot you and you crawling, they just finish you off right there. Or if they see, they'll come. Oh, he down over there? Shoot him.
Yeah. Now, was you playing against humans, or was some of the people you playing against?
No, I was playing the team co. It's a team co-op. I guess it's team co-op deathmatch where you're playing against bots. It's sort of like Horde where you're playing against the locusts and they're coming after you. It's not exactly like that, but it's sort of like a mini Horde.
Okay.
I don't like playing. I never got into playing against other people and games.
Yeah, I was playing the 4-on-4 death matches. Maybe I should try one of the other. I think they had 3 options you can jump into, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I only played the death. I was in the 4-on-4 death match, and dude, I was getting my tail handed to me like royally.
Yeah,
I was like,
"Yours, you got this team oriented with that."
What'd you say? I ain't hear you. Say it again.
What was that?
I didn't hear you.
Oh, I said, well, Gears is team oriented.
What'd you say? Say it again.
It's team oriented.
I got you. Come on, let's go.
Yes.
I'm listening. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. I'm messing with you.
No, it's team oriented. It's like they're 4-on-4 because you can't just go run around like a normal 2-team deathmatch. You gotta stick with the team and stuff and call out people and stuff like that.
Okay. So what else did I play? I plan on getting on the division tonight. Shaw, if you down, me and King Cooper supposed to be getting on after this podcast.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Okay, what else? I was planning on getting Star Fox today, but I wasn't going. I got Corner Break. It's open. It's just sitting there. I ain't put that in yet.
Yeah, so you better not touch no Star Fox till you finish Corner Break. It's only gonna take you a few minutes. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna get Star Fox until I get paid again. Next paycheck, I get Star Fox.
Just go ahead and beat Corner Break real quick.
Man, you need to stop, man. Stop, man. That ain't funny. You try to make me feel bad about my
real quick.
Okay, so go ahead.
It ain't gonna take that long.
But so let's get it on. Let's get into this, man. Y'all pretty much see the title of the podcast. 8th Generation is over. Yeah, I said it. Y'all heard about the big news this week, right?
Well, there's been lots of big news this week. So which one are you specifically talking about?
I'm talking about the Matrix, Neo.
Yeah, that one. That's one of them.
What's the other one?
Well, the other one was one that I did a blog about earlier today, and that's about the CEO of AMD confirming that they had the contracts for 3 systems that are going to be released or revealed this year, but not all 3 of them are coming out this year.
Okay, let's
So,
talk about that. Go ahead.
well, I mean, basically the CEO, her name is Lisa Sue or you or something like that. She didn't really say much about it. She just confirmed that the AMD has made SoC APUs for 3 different types of hardware, but she didn't go into detail as to which. Now people are assuming that at least 2 of these is the PlayStation Neo and the NX. Now the third one is up in the air. Some people are saying that the third one could be the portable unit for the NX, and some people are saying that the third one could be the new Xbox. Um, I'm kind of leaning towards the other one being for the portable for the NX, and here's the reason why. If you remember, this always goes back to December 2014 that AMD announced they had won the contract to do the hardware or do the chips for hardware that's going to be revealed in 2016. And one of them was going to be a home console, another was going to be a portable console. And this is the part that kind of, while I was typing all this stuff, it kind of a red flag went up. It said mobile, beyond mobile gaming, that the portable was supposed to be able to do. So I didn't think about it before until today, but I'll explain on that later. But one of them was supposed to be x86 architecture, another was supposed to be ARM architecture. Now, ARM architecture is usually used for smart devices because of its low power consumption, which means, battery life is longer. So more than likely the ARM processor is going to be for the portable of the NX, and the x86 is going to be for the home console. Now, I also forgot that in July of 2015, AMD announced that they had won the 3rd contract for another chip, and that probably was for PlayStation Neo. And it was, for me, it was kind of strange that things were moving so fast with the PlayStation Neo to the point where it seems like it might even come out this year. And like, we just started talking about this like a month ago, and they're already getting ready to release it. But had they been working on it since then, that makes a lot more sense. But one thing that I thought about while all this was happening is that maybe we're barking up the wrong tree when it comes to the portable unit for the NX. The NX portable might not be a portable gaming console. It might actually be a smart device that can play NX games.
So you saying that our concept of what we thinking coming from the NX could be totally different.
As far as the portable unit, yes. I think the portable unit, I'm not saying that it is, but I'm saying that things are starting to fit the fact that NX portable might actually be an actual tablet. It might be a tablet that can do all the things that all other tablets can do, plus play NX games.
Wow. I remember making a video where I had the idea of Nintendo making a actual like an iPad or Samsung tablet. So this all when did all this news or this information that you're talking about, when did all this show up? I haven't seen any. I saw some of your posts, but I haven't seen the actual.
Well, the announcement from AMD that came out today, so that
Okay.
was announced
I
today.
didn't see any, I haven't seen anything. That's cool. But
That kind of
go ahead, Sean.
that kind of coincides with the rumor about how it was gonna be able to hook up to the PlayStation and Xbox and stuff like that. Because if it's a tablet, I can see it doing it.
Okay.
And if it's a tablet, unless they got some kind of deal with Apple or something like that, more than likely you'll be able to put a Windows operating system on it. Unless Nintendo creates their own operating system for it. But that would defeat the purpose, I think. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because you could run the PlayStation app on it or the Xbox Smart Glass on it and stuff like that. If it's an actual tablet or something like that.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. So this is coming from a rep at AMD. This ain't no I heard stuff. This is actually them talking. So that.
Well, no. This is me surmising based off of all of the actual facts that we have.
Okay.
Instead of going based off of rumors, I'm looking at all the factual information that we've had for the past almost 2 years now, and then base it off of what AMD is saying in the public eye, and putting it all together, what makes sense. Now, you can go back and listen to some comments from some of the rumors that we've heard from quote-unquote anonymous developers that have said that the handheld device for NX is like a tablet, because I've heard that on numerous occasions. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I think that another thing is that apparently Nintendo's having an investors meeting on the 27th of this month. So whether they like it or not, some of this news is going to leak out, because there's no way in the world that NX is coming out anytime soon, and it's not going to come up in that investors meeting.
Okay. That's crazy, man. So but it's only proven, like, why I didn't even make the title based on, for this podcast based on what you just shared. I made it just looking at what's going on, man, and looking at the other big news, which was the Neo announcement that this whole PlayStation 4.5 is actually real. This ain't no joke.
It ain't no joke, all right.
It ain't no joke. It ain't
based off them specs, it ain't no joke.
So it's supposed to be, I don't know I heard the specs, but I'm not spec savvy, and maybe you and Shaw might be, but I know that based on what they said, the CPU is just upscaled. There's a more biffier GPU in it, and they say it's going to be more powerful, but some say that the CPU might, be a bottleneck for it in some ways.
Yeah, that's the only, albatross, that could be around the Sony's neck, is that they only overclocked the two quad core Jaguar CPUs that's in the PS4. This from 1.6 to 2.1 gigahertz. The memory is still GDDR5, but it's a little bit faster, a little bit higher bandwidth. But the graphics card is nasty.
Yeah,
based off of the specs that I saw, it's the Polaris GPU, which is the latest GPU that was announced by AMD also this week, I think, or last week. I think it was last week, but that is their latest GPU, and that thing is a beast. And
ain't that what they rumored to be also possibly running on the NX too?
Well, see, that's my whole point, is that I think that there's no way that you can be a company like AMD and invest that much money in research in a brand new GPU and then just put it on one device. That doesn't make any sense, unless Sony pay exclusively to have it on a PlayStation Neo, which I seriously doubt. To me, I think that the Polaris GPU is going to be in all three consoles. But what I said in the blog is that, like you just mentioned, Sony is just basically increasing the clock speed on the cores of the Jaguar processor. The NX is going to have a brand new CPU.
Right.
So if you have a console that has the same graphics card and a brand new CPU, all I'm saying is that it's possible that NX might be more powerful than PlayStation Neo, guys. I'm sorry, Sony fanboys. I don't want to accept you, but it's a possibility.
Go ahead, Shaw. Let me do this.
Waited too long.
Okay, go ahead, Shaw. What you got to say?
What we talking about again?
We talking about.
It's
Man, come on, Shaw. You know what we're talking about, man.
No, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure I'm not cutting into nothing else. What's the specific?
We got you, man. Come on, man.
Huh?
I said, let's go. Go ahead and say
What specific thing we talking about? Cause we talking
about
PlayStation Neo. I don't give a rat's ass about it.
the what?
The PlayStation Neo. I don't give a rat's ass about it. I think it's a fucking mistake. I think it's stupid, and I think the fact that they're doing it is just stupid. You creating more problems before you solve your other problems. It's like all they're gonna do is they're gonna do the exact same thing they did now. They're gonna throw all the power at the graphics, and then they're not gonna be able to they're gonna promise you 4K, but they're not gonna be able to keep it at 4K. It's gonna do like sub down to 2K or some bullcrap like that. The frame rates aren't gonna be stable. It's gonna be a bunch of bullcrap because they're gonna try to throw all the power in the graphics instead of making stuff work. And it's just gonna create the same problems we have now. Where we're gonna have broken games frame rates is dropping and whatever. And it's just stuff is not working. We're gonna have updates and stuff, fixing stuff later on. You know, it's not necessary right now. It's like you need to learn how to make games that are going to work properly on your system that you have now. And then once you get that and you get the hang of that and you provide the content for your consumer base that bought your system, and you satisfy that, then let's look towards upgrading or enhancing the next system or whatever. But for me, you know what I'm saying, the only reason I'm going to get one is because we'll make sure he ain't in the room. Hold on. Is because he might get this one and I might get the new one. That's the only reason I would get it. If it wasn't for that, no, I wouldn't get it at all. Because there's no point. You know what I'm saying? For me, I just feel like there's no point. And I just feel like I'm playing into some BS because like, I just feel like if we play into this BS right now, this is what they're going to do for the future of gaming. And they're going to keep doing this type of BS.
And that's kind of what drove me to say the 8th generation is over. The writing is on the wall, man. So I was, and I wanted to have and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna save the who, but I had a honorary slap yourself prepared for this podcast, but since I didn't get a chance to get the sample set up, I ain't gonna do it tonight. But and they lucky, I do it Sunday because I was listening to, and I'm already hearing the ignorance. Now here's the thing. We were sold, and we've been sold this for 2 generations now, because to me, 8th generation is over. I don't know what generation is coming. I don't know what to even call it, but it ain't the 8th gen. It ain't.
I think that you can even go as far to say generations, period.
Right. So 7th generation, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 supposed to do, especially the PlayStation 3, supposed to do 1080p, right? It's supposed to do 1080p HD graphics, right? Which it did.
Yeah.
But
we were promised 1080p, 60 frames per second, native.
Right. Even with the 7th gen, right? I'm just trying to make sure I ain't overstepping what I'm saying.
Yes, exactly.
All right. We didn't get it. Fine. They knew they was reaching. We all understood they was reaching then. Fine. What we got in the 7th generation was still great. 8th generation, we were promised 1080p native, 60 frames per second, right? Everybody clowned the Xbox One for doing the 900 and the 720p, and the PlayStation 4 having 1080p, 30 frames, unstable, all this, but it's still doing 1080p native. But the frame rates are not stable, none of that. Some of the games are at 900p. So we've been sold this bill of goods, didn't get it. Now the hype is we're going to make an even more beefier upgrade to the PlayStation 4 by the name of Neo, that's going to do 1080p 60 frames per second. Wait a minute. Hold up. I thought that's what we were supposed to be getting already with the PlayStation 4. And I'm watching a dude, because he's going back and forth with another YouTuber. I'm listening to him justify, talking about I'm going to get the PlayStation 4 because I'm a gamer. Y'all, if y'all know who I'm talking about, y'all probably already know who I'm talking about. But if Charlamagne can have a donkey of the day, Levelhead going to have a slap yourself of the day, of the week, because
We're talking about her.
it's crazy how something that was supposed to be given to us already with these systems are what y'all looking for with the upgraded systems. We've been waiting on 1080p, 60 frames per second since the 7th generation. And that's still what's being sold to us for another system. How ignorant can you be, or can we be as gamers, when the same verbiage that they use to sell you the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 is the same verbiage they sold you for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and it's the same verbiage they selling you for the PlayStation Neo and whatever's coming from the Xbox One and now the NX. 1080p, 60 frames per second is what they've been selling the whole time, and it's still selling systems. We're supposed to be getting this almost 10 years ago.
And this kind of plays into what the video that you did earlier today, John, about how the marketing, how they basically just basically have us control like marionettes. Well, with the marketing, they make us want to buy things because we feel like we're obligated to do so, and we don't sit back and think if it actually makes sense to do it. Right. Now, people look at this and say, "Oh, I got to have a PlayStation Neo because everybody else has one, and I don't want to look like the boo-boo the fool, be the only person with a regular PlayStation 4. I'm missing out." Duh. No, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I can understand. I mean, you can see why Nintendo's doing this because they're behind, but Microsoft and Sony just need to make what they have work.
Yeah, I mean, so Shaw, what was you saying in your post this morning? I haven't seen that one either. I was running crazy at work, so I haven't seen.
No, I was talking about the marketing schemes.
Oh, go ahead.
No, they got nothing to do with this one.
Well, it does because because when Sony is concerned, power is part of their marketing. Power and third-party support is their two biggest caveats, because if they can say that we got the system with the most power and we got the most third-party support, then people are going to say, "Hey, that's a system I want to buy."
Right, and that's what I was saying. Like, you look at 7th generation, what was sold? What sold 7th gen? 1080p, 60 frames per second, HD sold 7th gen. We got HD, but we didn't get what they sold us. Okay, 8th generation. Well, maybe they was a little, anxious. I mean, a little over their head with the 7th generation, and they really couldn't realize that. But 8th generation, we're gonna give you 1080p native, 60 frames a second. Oh my God, it's finna happen. We haven't seen it yet. So here Neo is. Here possible new Xbox. Here the new NX, and what's been sold? 1080p. 60 frames per second. So for the last 10 to 11 years, 1080p 60 frames per second has sold is going to be selling 3 different consoles. That's the caveat. That's the driving force behind why you're buying it. So you can get 1080p 60 frames per second. Oh yeah, and you can upscale the visuals to 4K. Come on, man. Like, are we this stupid? And I didn't read your post, but if it got anything to do with marketing, that's marketing. We idiots. If that's what still have us dropping $400, if you go out and drop $400 for the PlayStation 4.5 or Neo so that you can get 1080p 60 frames per second, then that's the same reason you drop $400 for the PlayStation 4 original and the Xbox One. That's the same reason you bought them games, to get 1080p 60 frames per second. Like, we just retarded.
Well, I mean, it goes all the way back to the late '80s, early '90s. I mean, the whole Genesis versus Nintendo thing. I mean, you listen to the commercials like Genesis does 16 arcade graphics action, right there in the commercial where they're using power for marketing. We've got a 16-bit console. They only got an 8-bit console. Obviously, that commercial went away when SNES came out. So people have used power for marketing for years. And it goes along with everything else is that they want to make you feel like that you're losing out on something if you don't have the newest, best, shiniest thing that's out there.
Right, but answer me this: how are they using the same catch?
Because we're stupid.
I was gonna say a big F you to both of y'all. y'all just took my whole next video away. So you took that whole thing.
Video, but I mean,
that was supposed to be part 2, but you know.
How in the world? I'm so dumbfounded right now. How in the world does you go buy a new iPhone and the pitch is you can whatever whatever I don't know, I don't even know what to use because it's so stupid, but the camera is so many pixels or whatever, right? And then you go back to get the iPhone whatever a year later, and they give you the same pitch. It's the same stuff you had in the iPhone 6. They're using the same pitch to sell you the iPhone 7. You ain't getting anything that you wasn't promised with the iPhone 6, but they just gonna realize it this time. Well, that's enough, idiots, to go out and buy a new system. Man, I just want 60 frames per second. That's all I want. Well, that's what you're supposed to be getting with the 4. Why you gonna give them more money to give you what they already told you they're gonna give you 2 generations in a row? You know what? This how y'all sound right now? Dumb.
Oh yeah.
My alarm came out on time. That was just a random alarm from my time to wake up.
I'm so like, dude, when I was sitting back watching that video, and he going at another person, and I'm not gonna lie, even the person who they going back and forth, both of them need to stop. But when he said, I'm gonna buy the PlayStation Neo because I want 1080p 60 frames per second, I literally sat there and paused like, dude, you cannot be this stupid. Like, that's what you're supposed to be getting now. That's what you're supposed to be getting with the PlayStation 3. I'm just like, we are cancerous to our own selves, man.
That's my whole point. That's why I make the videos that I make. That's why I do the stuff that I do. So I'm trying to wake people up, because it's like you become crackheads. You just go out there and you buy whatever it is that they selling. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let me think about it. Like the PlayStation now, you just hear all the people the yip yap hooray saying how that was a good idea. No, it's not. They making you pay for backwards compatibility. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta pay to play our own old games again. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but you know, people jumped up in hip hop hooray because they crackheads. Damage are crackheads now. They're ready to buy whatever. And so, unfortunately, Sony has the most hooked on crack fans they are. And I mean, people gonna hate me for saying that, but I'm just keeping it real, because y'all eat everything Sony throws at y'all, and y'all don't look at the track record, and y'all just sit there and y'all eat everything up.
Man,
like y'all eating VR up. Y'all eating VR up, and y'all don't even know what the problems y'all about to jump into with VR.
Right.
Y'all ready to jump all into it, and y'all don't even know what that's why they have to make another system, because they already know they about to have problems. But y'all don't. Then I sit there and try to tell y'all that, but y'all didn't listen. They already know they having problems. That's why they're coming out with this new system. That is the real reason why they are coming out with this new system, because they already know they are about to have a lot of problems with that PlayStation VR. They just gonna sit, but they're gonna sell it to you anyway, and you're gonna buy it anyway.
and tell yourself that it's the better version, even though it's not.
Yeah, and it's like we gonna have to wake up sometime if you want quality back into this game and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like quality is left. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, people they want to get on you, they want to attack you because you're just not a gamer. You just lost your game. No, so I'm tired of playing this crap.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just tired of playing this crap. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I had Nia made a video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she posed the question of maybe it's because we're older that we just lost track of. I don't want to misquote her, but she basically was saying like maybe because we're older that we just lost touch with the game and whatever. Something. Basically, that was the basis of what she was saying.
Okay.
And I had to stop. Because on that side, I always analyze myself in stuff things too, and I had to analyze myself in it. I had to analyze like, did I lose it? Then I had to say no, because it was just this last generation. I can still remember good games this last generation. I can still remember games that they remade. Those games that they remade for this generation, those are great games. So I can't say that I lost it, but I think because I've been in almost every generation, I know what quality is, and so I know when I'm. And so us as older generation gamers, we see this load of crap that's coming out. We see crap for what it is. It's crap. For a younger version of a younger gamer, they might not be able to see that because this is all they've been given was crap.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're used to that crap.
And they like,
you know what I'm saying?
John, I'm gonna have to sample you. I'm gonna have to pull that crap out and sample that.
Bro, I'm just saying because I was like, because she actually made me sit there and question because like, maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I'm just looking at it from the same thing. And so I had to analyze myself. I had to think about it, and I started thinking about it, and I said no. I had to think. I was like, no, I didn't lose touch. I'm just too in touch that I know what bullshit is that I'm seeing. And I feel like, no, I just want better games. It's not to say that these games out here are not fun. Yeah, they're fun, but it's like, I want to finish my fun. I don't want to feel like I'm just getting, like, okay, if I finish a game and like Quantum Break, I'm scared to even play the damn game. But hell, I don't want to beat it and then be done with it. Be like, damn, I'm done with it already.
Uh-huh.
I was like, when he sat there and played the game, and he was done with it. Then once I was mad. I said, did you watch the cutscenes? Yeah, I watched them. I said, did you watch the TV show too? Yeah, I watched it. And you done? I'm just like, that just don't make no sense like that. Like, think about this. I'm a parent, and this is me buying kids. Now, I'm glad it was GameFly, because shit, I said this shit right back.
Hold that thought.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
All right, go ahead.
Due to that, I'm a parent, and I'm glad I GameFly because I'll be pissed off. I'll be more pissed off than I am now. Just think about your kid always asking for another game. The thing if they asking for you like every freaking day after you done bought them a $60 game, like, oh, I beat that already. Oh, I beat that already. It's like you say, yo, what the fuck are you playing?
We're gonna have to get you some new hobbies. That's what
Yeah, exactly.
It's called outside.
Because it's like I don't understand like I'm sitting there playing games and it's like I'm beating them quickly and it's like it's no quality no more. I feel like they're not even trying to make quality. I think they really purposely are making the game shorter so they can just hurry up and get the money and make another game.
Yep.
And I think this is crap.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm hoping this Uncharted 4 comes and changes that. I'm hoping that these new games that's supposed to be on the horizon will change that. Maybe these games that are supposed to be launch titles, maybe they'll come out now that they've been delayed so long, and actually provide some actual good content. So you just have to think about it, like, because Last of Us, that was a good game. It wasn't short. I had fun with it. I liked the story. I was compelled to finish it. Why can't I expect that of all games that I play? Why should I have to lower my expectations of what a $60 quality game is?
Right. I mean, I was listening to a prominent podcast I listen to regularly. It's gamertagradio.com with a dude named Torrance. Was it not Torrance, but Paris and who else on that? There's a few other people. It was Paris who was talking, and I don't know if y'all even familiar with this podcast, but him and another dude by the name of Petey or Peter or whatever was talking about the Neo, and they made a statement that they kind of got that PC elitist. They try to hide and mask it, but it just leaks through. They can't conceal the fact that they some PC elitists at times. So they talking about one of them, I think it was Petey, said, "Don't you want the best? Don't you know? I'm about having the best, and if something is out that's better than what I got, then I'm going to buy it." And I was like, "See, that's y'all one of the biggest podcasts out here. Y'all got some of the biggest people. You know, dude, Phil Spencer was on these people podcasts. Michael Pachter's on these people podcasts. A whole bunch of these dudes come in and talk to these guys." And you hear ignorant statements like that.
But the reason why Phil Spencer and the reason why Michael Pachter is on this show is because they say stuff like that.
Right. I was sitting like, I was like, what are you like? What was you talking about? Like I'm just.
They are perfectly brainwashed.
Man,
that's why they're on their show.
I don't get it. It's and that's what I'm saying. It's over, people. The writing is on the wall. It ain't no point in continue to even have these back and forths with each other. Y'all already started. Y'all already starting the NX versus the stop. Would y'all shut up? I might have to do a few donkeys. Slap yourselves of the week. I don't know. I might pull out some people I ain't never told to slap themselves. Because I'm ready to tell some folks slap themselves, and I ain't got my sample, and it ain't going to sound right. Hold up. Just a second. Hold up. I mean, I'm serious, man.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion
All
is
right,
advised.
now, I'm really ready to go at some folks in this community. Like, would y'all shut up? Stop making these 2-minute videos, 30-second videos, but y'all ain't saying nothing. And I'm like, why did you even alert me to watch it? And because I follow you and think your channel was cool, I'm watching the stuff. People are already starting to defend stuff again. I'm like, dude, I can't take it. That y'all wonder why I don't make videos? That's why I don't make videos. I can't take it. We don't play them games. We just play them games. That's why I said, look, I'm getting to the point that this just ain't making no sense to me, man. It's too much ignorance. It's ignorance all around us. We floating around ignorance, man. I can't do it. It's like, don't you want the best? Well, I thought, wait a minute, didn't they tell us we supposed to get what they about to sell you again? You finna go pop out $400 more to get what they already told you should be getting, and you don't see no problem with this? I'm done, man. I'm done. So
that's it. That's why I've been trying to tell people, like, just gotta wake up. Like, you got your money. People don't understand. It's like we constantly giving away our power and giving away and giving it away and giving it away. Our power is our wallets. You can talk all you want, but if you go out and buy that product, then you support that product. I mean, it's just simple as that. Even me, I just said if I end up giving right here in the room, okay, yeah, if I end up giving him this and going to buy, I still support it. That means I supported it. But 9 times out of 10, he ain't getting this. But that's just I had to keep it quiet just in case I do decide to give it to him. And he don't listen to the podcast, so whatever, he cool. Just want to make sure he ain't in the room. But because he be like, oh, I thought you said you was going. No, that was a hypothetical question. Because also, especially everybody just got that too. Oh, he is in the room. Ain't that a bitch?
So what were you talking about?
Nothing. Go on, get out of here.
Anyways, do you want a chicken or?
Yeah, I want my food. Yeah. Chicken.
Oh man, got caught.
Damn. And it was hypothetical. It was you ain't getting nothing. Yeah, cause I just got my 2 terabyte hard drive in there. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing I'm pissed off about. So these new new Neo games or what is this gonna be? You know, it's gonna be more disk space.
Let me say this too. Let me just finish. I'm sorry, John. I ain't mean to interrupt you, but how is Sony? This what makes me. This is why I gotta bring Slap Yourself back. How is Sony going to force developers to support the Neo and the PlayStation 4? And trying to, cause they don't, cause it's gonna be an uproar if games start coming to the Neo that ain't coming to the PlayStation 4. So they gotta quiet that storm before it gets started, because that's 40 million PlayStation 4 owners that's basically finna be straight royally screwed out of what they done, what they purchased. So are we going to make sure that the developers are supporting both the Neo and the PlayStation 4, and there's going and if they make a game for the Neo, they have. How you going to enforce that, Sony? How? Stop! Don't be idiots, people. Oh my God!
They're gonna enforce it, and now that's not, now that you said that makes me wonder. Cause I know in order to support that 4K and all, and the supposedly 1080p for this, that means the disc size is gonna be bigger. So I wonder, do the people that don't have that and since they're making them have the support on all the games that they do, does that mean does that mean we're gonna have to download that extra disk space that we're not gonna need to use too? Or what? I mean, I'm trying to figure out how that's gonna work.
And add this to it. How long is that gonna last? How long are you gonna be able to strong arm when you gotta pay these companies to put that game on your system? How long are you gonna force them just because? Man, dude, I bet that lasts maybe 2 years, if that.
No, they'll be on the next PlayStation. They're gonna be like phones. They're only gonna last for 2 years.
Well, when they was on the stage, that was another big thing. They said, the dude talked about the PlayStation 5. He said, one of the reps said, if we make a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, Jedi made a video about all this, and he pretty much wrapped everything up in a nice little bow.
That was a good video.
It was a good video, and he had a lot of truth up in there. And a lot of stuff that we're talking about is going to wind up being, we're just going to basically see the generations dissipate, and it's going to go from being generations to iterations. We're going to see the next iteration of the PlayStation, the next iteration of NX, the next iteration of Xbox, instead of the next generation. We're not going to have to wait 5 to 7 years for another console. We're going to have it. I don't know if it'll go to yearly, but at least 2 years apart, you'll see new hardware.
I think they finna start doing a subscription-based hardware, like you do with your phone. You gotta.
Hey, shut up! Don't give me no ideas. Be quiet, cause I will quit gaming with that route. I'm done.
Look, I'm telling you, bro.
I'll be an anime watching, TV watching fool, Ron, because I'll be done with gaming.
And Jedi be on Sunday for everyone listening. Jedi and K-Bum will be back Sunday. Go watch Jedi's latest video. It's on the site, and listen to what he's saying. And I've heard this before, dude. If the model is mobile, if it seems like what everyone is using as their model and their template is what the mobile market has been able to do, and how much of the pie the mobile is starting to eat up and eat into. Like the mobile phones and the smartphones on forced its way into the gaming market. Now it's getting to a place to where and I give this all credit to Jedi Knight. So I didn't look this up. This all from watching his video. They got phones that can run. Is it Vulkan?
Yeah, the Vulkan API.
They got that where they running stuff close to not top notch, because he even said in the video that he believed that was a lie. But they running PC level graphics on these phones already. So, and then you gotta buy a phone, and you want that new phone, you gotta either buy it outright or sign that contract. Well, if you don't want to keep dropping $400-500 for a new PlayStation or a new Xbox, and I think Nintendo might hold off on doing that, be the last ones to enter into something like that. But eventually they'll have to fold and do it too. If you want a new system, sign this contract. And once you're up for renewal, bring that back, and we give you this one for a 2 more year contract, and you paying monthly to own that system. Might be paying your online services or something. They might add, instead of paying $60 for online, you paying $80 for the online and the system. I can see it going that way, bro.
Yeah, I'll be going the other way.
Dude, man, that's what I'm saying, dude.
I will be done.
They evil. That's what they are, man. They evil, man. But go ahead. I ain't mean to interrupt you. Go and finish your thought.
No, I'll be going the other way. I can't. And that's just costing. That's too much money for not enough quality. And the quality's gonna be saturated just like the mobile game is saturated. Like the mobile games, yeah, they're fun, they're quick little quirks, but they're not full quality games. You know what I'm saying? So, no, if it goes, I hope to God it don't go. I hope we get smart and smarten up before it even goes that route. Not let it go that route.
But that's what I'm saying, John. If you got cats on the large scale podcast, you got idiots popular in the YouTube community already sold on the possibility of actually getting a system that can do 1080p 60 frames per second, and that's enough to force you to cause you to drop $400 more again for the same the same pitch they gave you. Like I don't know. Sony didn't work magic with they marketing and the way that they. Oh man, we gonna give y'all 1080p 60 frames per second. Oh, okay. Here, $400. What you gonna do for me this time? I'm gonna give you 1080p 60 frames per second. Oh, okay. Here go. No, that was $600 then. Well, here go $400. Oh, what you gonna do this time? Oh man, I'm gonna give you 1080p 60 frames per second. Oh, here another $400. And buy this VR set too with it. Oh, here go another $400. And oh yeah, you got to get the camera. Well, here go another $50. Oh, you got to get the move controllers to really. Like we some idiots, man. We some straight up down, brainwashed, bamboozled idiots. It is sad, man. Go ahead, D2K.
For the sake of entertainment.
Go ahead, John. What you saying? Or D2, who's going?
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done.
You ain't got nothing?
No, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I can already see where we're going.
Yeah.
It's not so much a industry thing. It's more of a societal thing. In society, we're degenerating into a state of where quality doesn't matter, and quantity is in abundance. There's so many things to do, but there's no value in what you're doing. Okay. And it's gotten to the point where people don't even understand how to relate to each other anymore because they're so absorbed into technology. I mean, you think about it, you're watching TV all day, you got your face in the cell phone or some type of smart device all day, you're in front of the computer, you're playing a video game. How often are you actually spending time talking to another human being in person?
Dude.
And that's the reason why I think that VR is a very slippery slope, because it's going to give people an excuse to completely isolate themselves from reality.
Yeah, they totally detach themselves.
Oh man, they already made sex toys for virtual reality. It's done. It's over with. You put them in there, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about the Las Vegas porn with VR or something like that.
Well, that's what they always use.
They got the 3D porn, they got the virtual reality porn, but they actually have a machine that you hook up to you, and it jerks you off or whatever the hell it do. And it,
okay, this is a family show, ladies.
Family show now.
They when they going full in with VR.
Well, I know that they're doing that type of stuff. I know. If they're gonna go ahead and give you all the visual, then they're gonna have to do something else. So, but that's yeah.
We're gonna be in pods like in the Matrix and stuff pretty soon.
Well, that's what they always use to sell this stuff. That's what they use. That's what caused Blu-ray to take over. It wasn't really anything Sony did. It was the fact that the adult industry backed Blu-ray. So that's why it won. And that's a crazy truth, but it's a truth. So you got freaks out in this world who, like D2K was saying, isolated and detached themselves from reality, and they live in a virtual reality or virtual fantasy, and they just fall down that slippery slope. And I didn't ever think about it.
That's real talk. That's real talk. Because you wanna know why? Like, you see all this silly stuff that we see on the internet, right? And all this silly talking and stuff. But when you go to these gaming conventions, you don't see nobody doing that shit. Don't see it when you out in public and all. They don't be doing that. All this silly talking, all this silly acting, all that all that stuff. They don't be doing that. I've never noticed that out in public. I've never noticed the same hypocrisy and stupid talking and all the silly stuff that you see online. You don't see that out there.
Well, yeah.
It's a whole different story when you look at somebody in the eye versus looking at a keyboard or looking at a screen with a keyboard in your hand, because you can talk real tough when you type on the keyboard. Well, this dude standing in front of you, he like 6'4", 250 pounds. You ain't gonna be so quick to run your mouth.
Or a dude standing in front of you and you gotta question whether you can whoop him or not. No matter what size they are, you still gonna have to deal with that man if he decide to take you up on what you think you tough enough to say to him. So
it's not even that. I was like, I'm talking about like the whole fanboyish stuff and all that crap. You don't see none of that out there. You don't see when I go. I've been to all the E3, been to
Are you talking about amongst the folks who's like? Are you talking about the journalists and the
Well, E3 is journalists, but I'm talking about like the PAX and.
Okay, I got
PAX and stuff like that. No, you don't see none of that. But then as soon as they get home and behind the computer, they be talking that shit. Oh, their PlayStation this and the Xbox, but when they're there, they don't be saying that stuff.
Okay.
I know. It's kind of funny. It's just, it's interesting.
I haven't been to any gaming shows, but I've been to a lot of comic conventions, and it's the same way. You have the people who argue between Marvel and DC and all that type of stuff, and then you see them at the San Diego Comic-Con or C2E2 or Wizard World or someplace like that, WonderCon, and everybody having a good time. And you ain't got all that nonsense going on. So, I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah, that's why this thing is weird. It's really weird, so I'm eating a burrito. But, who was that?
I don't even know what that is. I just liked it. But anyway.
Sound like the intro to Nightmare on Elm Street. What is that?
I don't know what it was. I slipped up and my finger slipped up and hit it. I didn't want to play it, but it played so long I just went on and let it come through. But let me ask this, man. So let's get off that, because John getting so worked up, man. I need some beats for John.
John getting so worked up. You about to blow a vein over there, man.
I was worked up. I'm gonna have to listen to the podcast, see how much. But dude, no, don't get me started again. But because I'm gonna let loose Sunday when I got my slap yourself sample ready to go. Then I'm gonna do it. But because people want me to do slap yourself now, I'm motivated to do it. And but anyway, so with have y'all seen any of the reviews for Star Fox?
Yeah.
What y'all think? Like, go ahead, D2. What you thinking about it?
I can't really give a fair assessment of the game because I haven't played it myself. It wouldn't be fair to say this is a bad. But based off of the reviews, to me it seems like Star Fox Zero is Nintendo's last-ditch attempt to try to prove that the Wii U game pack was not a mistake.
Okay.
Because it seems like everybody I listened to the review, I think it was on Game Explain, And the guy was talking about how it took him several missions before he got comfortable with the controls in that game. Now
Yeah,
he said that, but he said once you got comfortable, it started to make sense. But it literally took a long time for him to get comfortable with the controls. And I'm thinking that is the exact opposite of what Nintendo stands for. They are not the type of people that make you want to have to do homework to figure out how to play the game. The reason why the Wii was so successful because you could pick it up and immediately you knew what to do, even if you are not even a gamer. Now they're trying so hard to make the Wii U gamepad make sense that they forced these motion controls into Star Fox when nobody asked for them and nobody wanted them, and it's basically making a game that would have been probably rated, 8s, and 8.5s and stuff like that, being rated close to 50 and 60s because the control is holding the game back, and it was totally unnecessary. And I hope that they can get all that mess out of the system before NX launches. I really do, because if they still have that same mentality that we know more about what you want than you do, they're going to be in big trouble.
See, my thing was, and John, you jump in. So let me say this real quick before you jump in, based on what D2K just said. When I was listening to the few reviews I listened to it, I saw the one you talking about. I think it was with the Asian guy. Is that the one? I can't think of his name.
I'm not sure. It's the guy. He kind of talks with a lisp. The guy that reviewed. I'm not sure who he was.
I watched that one. I watched several. I watched Game Explain. I watched Obi-Wan, his, and all of them had the same statement. Like, the control just did pretty much take you out of the immersion of the game. And I thought that they had an option to where you can turn that off and just play the old 64 style way. And that kind of, so I was always like under the impression that, well, if I don't like the motion controls and what's added, I can just go to the traditional way of playing Star Fox and I'm good. But everything sounds like if that's not there, you got to play it this way.
Well, it seems like there's parts of the game that's actually woven into the actual fabric of the levels. It's like you have to do it in order to get past this level. It's not like a control scheme. Right. It's all put together. So
yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with learning a new way to play, but if it's gonna be like with Splatoon, I don't like playing with the motion control. I had the option to turn it off and play traditional, and that's how I play it. I like it like that, and I thought that was gonna be here, but it sounds like it's not. But go ahead, John Shaw.
I don't read reviews, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, forget about the views. That's based on what we've been saying. I know you know about the way that the game is set up to where on some parts
I have to be honest. I ain't looked at nothing about Star Fox.
Oh, you ain't looked at nothing about Star Fox.
Because it really wasn't nothing I wanted to play.
Okay, well,
it's in my queue. If they send it, I'll play it. But it wasn't nothing that.
Well, if you get it,
to me, it sounds like they're using gyroscope controls.
Yeah, that's what I was going to explain. Like, how it's set up is, if you playing like Star Fox 64 and all the other Star Fox play, but the gyro controls is worked in to where if you want to get more precise with your shot, you have to aim and look at your controller to do the aiming. But there's some spots where you got to do this, go back and forth like this, and it's intentionally done like that, purposely done like that. I guess like what D2K was saying to.
So it's like mobile games.
But basically, the control of the reticule and the control of the orientation of the ship are two different functions.
Right.
So you're controlling the reticule to aim where you want to aim, and at the same time you're trying to control the ship, and you have to get used to doing both things at the same time.
And you're looking at two different screens to do it. You got to look at the TV screen to control the ship, and you got to look at the gamepad screen to control the eye view, the first-person view. So it's And then everybody say the same thing, man. It's a learning curve that just don't come
Well,
comfortable.
see, so looking at what you're talking about is that's just like everything that when you play mobile shooters. That's what it is. A gyroscope, and you can still aim and stuff, but you move and stuff like regular move. But then you use the gyroscope to for precision aiming and stuff like that, and quick turning and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's separated into 2 different screens.
I mean, it's not. I don't think it's gonna be that hard. I mean, I think it's hard for people that aren't used to touch screens and ain't used to gyroscopes.
Well, no. Let me explain. Let me go. So you still flying. Your ship is still flying around. Even though you might be aiming to your left, your ship is still flying. You can't.
I know you aim with your sticks, and then you use a gyroscope to aim the gun.
Yeah, but you still flying in open air.
It still is.
So you might not be able to see the building. You might not be able to see a pole over here. You hitting this stuff while you trying to aim at this ship flying over your head. So you looking down at the gamepad, aiming at the ship flying over your head, but you can't see what's in front of you unless you look at the screen.
Well, that's because it's just like what you would do if you was playing a real airplane game, like because it's like a real flight simulator.
Yeah, but
you were only look down your eyesight when you about to shoot, and when you're not shooting, you wouldn't look at the stuff.
Right.
I think the difference is that when you're looking different directions, the reticule stays in a fixed position, regardless of where you're looking. In this game, the reticule can move out of your scope of your view.
Right.
So you could be looking one direction, your reticule could be in a different direction shooting. So it's kind of
the ship from you trying to keep the ship from hitting stuff while you all the way to your left trying to shoot something. You trying to fly the ship.
So which one controls the ship?
The controller controls the controller. I don't know. I ain't played it, but based on what the testimony is,
because if the analog actually controls the ship, then I don't see what the problem is.
I don't think it does, but we have to check on that.
I think the analog controls the ship, but the controller gyro, when you move you gotta literally move your controller around while you're doing the analog with your ship, but you might have to turn literally to your left to shoot whatever you try to get the aim of the ship. Your body could be totally away from your TV. If how it's explained to me.
It seems like they tried to make it so that you're basically looking, no matter what direction you're looking in a room, you're in 3D space. It's like you're in, which is a cool concept in theory.
That's what I was going to say.
It doesn't seem like it was executed well.
Right. It sounds good on paper, but in actuality, that don't seem like that's going to work.
Because that's something that I always thought that was missing from the Wii U was a game that did that. Because when they first started talking about the Wii U gamepad, I was thinking about games they could use that for. I was thinking about, like, for instance, like an Aliens game where you're going down a dark corridor. You know, aliens can come from anywhere. You can take the gamepad and look up on the ceiling and see an alien crawling on the ceiling about to get you, or turn around and see it coming from behind you. Even though you don't see it on a big screen TV, but you see it on the gamepad if you turn around. Now, I don't know if Star Fox Zero is like that, but, you know, it just seems like a lot of people who have been playing this game said that it's very difficult to get comfortable, and it takes too long to get comfortable.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Like, the testimonies all sound the same. It's like, it's fun until you have to go into this aspect of trying to shoot something and control your ship while you shooting at something that's going a totally different way than your ship is being controlled, and you trying to control both at the same time. So you try to do 2 different functions and focus on 2 different things that's doing totally opposite things at the exact same time.
You know, I'm wondering, because I remember they were saying that before they were going to have an option where you can have someone who was a gunner and someone who was flying the ship. Is that something that's still a part of the game? Or
I haven't heard any review that says anything about dual players.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that. That would be tough, but I haven't heard anything about that yet. So I don't know. Like I said, I have it. I probably have it by next weekend. I should have it by next weekend, but I ain't in no rush to get it. I got enough games right now. I ain't in a rush to get it, but I am going to get it. So, but yeah. So anyway, anything else? Or we can start shutting this one down.
Are we done?
Yeah, we're gonna be back Sunday. We ain't got to go 2-3 hours. We're gonna be back Sunday. We can save some of our stuff for then.
I thought we were gonna have some new stuff on Sunday.
Yeah, we're gonna have some new stuff on Sunday. Well, we're gonna talk about Jedi Knight's video and the stuff he brought up, which we kind of touched on, but he wasn't here to bring us into it more, bring more knowledge to what we were saying. But that and some other stuff, hopefully, some other stuff that pop off before then.
Yeah, I mean, what you were talking about earlier, John. You said that I can't find the link now because when my Windows closed, it.
Oh yeah. Well, somebody supposedly ran into, I guess they on the 3DS. You know how you run the little meat things, or whatever. And you got that the metal, the remember at E3 Reggie had that metal, the robot Reggie.
Yeah.
And so they got a robot his Phil's a Met.
Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Yeah, that's his name, but the little thing that the character's called Fils-Aimé.
Reggie Fils-Aimé. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And so on the thing it says I'm Fils-Aimé from Nintendo and E3 6/10 9 a.m. PT. So when you look at the date, that's Friday. And they usually like this past time they did it on Sunday, and then they did their conference on and then they did their conference on Tuesday.
Yeah. So they doing is that the week before E3?
Yeah, that's the Friday before. So
okay,
they got Friday. They're doing it like a whole 4 days before.
What date did you say that was?
6/10.
6/10. Yep, that's a Friday.
And and we can talk more about this Sunday. They supposed to be sharing some stuff at their investor meeting on the 27th of this month. So I don't know. We might be a whole bunch. I think the 27th is when?
That's Wednesday.
That's Wednesday. So it might be a lot to talk about.
The following Sunday, it might be going down because I'm pretty sure that if they're gonna have a Nintendo Direct afterwards, like they usually do have a Nintendo Direct or after the investors meeting at this point in the year. So there's nowhere in the world. I mean, you want to talk about a slap yourself segment? If they come out of that investors meeting and don't have a Nintendo Direct and they still all tight-lipped about the NX, you can give them a big old slap yourself from me.
Yeah, they're going to get it. They'll get it. Kim will get it. Reggie will get it. Miyamoto will get it. The fan base will get mad at me for giving it to them will get it. It don't matter. All y'all will be wet up with ink and slap yourself paint. I'm going to give it to because they shouldn't have never waited this long. And the fact that they have allowed Sony to snatch all the coverage. Sony just snatched it. You waited so long.
They got all the hype, but hype was all about the Neo now. Ain't nobody talking about the NX that much.
Talking about the NX, it might be a good thing, but Sony struck while the iron was hot. Now they ain't said nothing yet, but Sony loves to leak stuff. And right now they the talk, and the NX still the talk, but the Neo is the talk, cause the NX been the talk for a long time. So people talking about something else. That's Nintendo should have struck while the iron was hot.
And one last thing is that they kind of pour a little bit of water on the flame of the NX last week because last week this was kind of funny.
Is that who it is?
Emily Rogers, because at first we was hearing that there's going to be a 14 nanometer chip that's going to be going in the NX, and the Polaris GPU is going to be part of the NX architecture, blah blah blah, and then she says, based off of the people that she's talked to, that's incorrect. Then all of a sudden, 2 days later, they announced the PlayStation Neo specs, and I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, that don't make no sense. Why? Something ain't right about that. Right. So I don't know where her sources are, but she knows just as much as anybody else that says they have NX information because Nintendo's not telling nobody nothing. So I'll just take that with a grain of salt. I think that what was said about the NX was true, and just like what was said about the PS or the PlayStation Neo is true. I think they both have the same GPU. I think that the NX is going to have probably a more powerful CPU because it's new. It's a brand new CPU that was made for the NX. This is not a revision of another CPU that's already existing out there.
Okay.
So you won't have the same bottleneck problems.
Well, we could pretty much kind of bring that back up Sunday and let that be a part of that discussion. Cause we start that up, we'll be here another hour. so let's table that one for the next podcast, and I think we pretty much, cause this pretty much was a rant fest. So, we didn't even have no topics wrote down, man. We just, that was all off the cuff, folks. You thought there was anything was wrote down to discuss before we started talking? No, that was all off the top, off the cuff. But anyway, let's go ahead and get out of here, guys. So starting with my boy Shaw.
Peace out.
Okay. He's very simple tonight. He's not trying to give you nothing more than what he's giving you. Go ahead, D2K.
I'll see y'all on Sunday. Laters.
All right, yeah, man. This was the Live and Level Gamers podcast, and like he said, we'll see y'all Sunday. Until then, deuces.
Wow.